The big alien ship hung in the sky above New York City. It was huge and silver, and it blocked the sun in some places. People on the streets stopped and looked up. Some were scared. Others took pictures with their phones. No one knew what would happen next. Inside the ship, an alien named ZK-Tar waited for the humans to arrive. He had blue skin with small scales that shimmered in the light. 6 eyes blinked on his face as he felt both nervous and excited. His people, the Meribians, had watched Earth for many years. Today was the day they would finally talk to humans, face to face. "The Earth people are here," said one of his helpers. ZK-Tar straightened his special clothes and checked his translator device. The small machine would change his words into human language and human words into his language. He wanted everything to go well. 5 humans walked into the room. 4 of them looked important. They wore fancy uniforms with badges and pins. The 5th human was different. She was a woman with red-brown hair tied back in a simple style. She wore plain clothes, just jeans, a white shirt, and a blue jacket. She stayed at the back of the group and watched everything with bright green eyes. "Welcome to our ship," said ZK-Tar. His translator made his deep voice sound almost musical in human language. "We are happy to meet with Earth people at last." The oldest human man stepped forward. He had gray hair and a serious face. "I am Admiral Joe Wright of the United States Navy. With me are Colonel Linda Foster, Dr. Susan Green, and Mr. Peter Wilson from the United Nations. And this is Lily Bennett, who is here as a consultant." The woman at the back gave a small wave but said nothing. ZK-Tar looked at each human, but his eyes kept going back to the quiet woman. There was something about her that made him curious. She seemed relaxed while the others were stiff and formal. "Please sit," said ZK-Tar, pointing to chairs around a large table. "We have much to talk about." The humans sat down. The Admiral began to speak about friendship between worlds and peaceful exchange of ideas. Star listened, but he noticed. The woman named Lily was looking at everything in the room. The walls, the ceiling, the other aliens. Her eyes missed nothing. After some time, ZK-Tar raised his hand to stop the Admiral's speech. "Before we continue with these nice words," said ZK-Tar, "our rules say we must speak directly with the one who rules your world. In our meetings with other planets, we always talk to the main leader first." The humans looked at each other with confusion. Dr. Green, a woman with short black hair and glasses, spoke up. "Our world doesn't have just one ruler. We have many countries with different governments. Some have presidents, others have prime ministers or kings or queens. It's complicated." ZK-Tar frowned. This was not what he expected. "But who makes the final decisions for your whole planet? Who speaks for all Earth? People when there is danger or a big choice to make?" Colonel Foster shook her head. "It doesn't work that way for us. The United Nations tries to bring countries together, but each nation still makes its own choices." Another Meribian alien named Vreen joined the conversation. He was smaller than ZK-Tar, but had the same blue skin and 6 eyes. "Our research shows humans fight with each other often. You have wars between your countries. How do you handle planet-wide problems?" "Not very well, honestly," said Mr. Wilson with a small laugh. "We argue a lot." From the back of the group came a soft sound. It was Lily, and she was laughing a little. Everyone turned to look at her. "Is something funny?" asked ZK-Tar. "Sorry," said Lily. "It's just that you keep asking who's in charge, and they keep trying to explain our messy system." "And you find this amusing?" asked Vreen, his voice sharp. "I find it human," said Lily. She stood up and walked to the table. The other humans watched her with strange looks on their faces. Admiral Wright cleared his throat. "Miss Bennett, perhaps we should stick to the formal." "It's okay, Joe," said Lily. The way she used his first name was surprising. Admirals were usually called by their titles. "They came all this way. They deserve a straight answer." Lily turned to face the aliens. Her green eyes seemed brighter now, more focused. She smiled, and it changed her whole face. "You asked who rules Earth," she said. Her voice was still quiet, but somehow it filled the room. "Who makes the big decisions when they really matter?" "Yes," said ZK-Tar. That is what we need to know. Lily looked at him for a long moment. Then she raised her right hand, just a little, like a student in a classroom who knows the answer. That would be me, she said. The room went completely silent. The other humans froze. The aliens stared. No one seemed to know what to say next. Admiral Wright's face turned red. Miss Bennet, this is not the time for jokes. But Lily wasn't laughing now. It's not a joke, Joe. Vreen made an angry sound. This is ridiculous. Our studies show this human has no official position in any government. She works with computers. That's right, said Lily. I work with computers, all the computers. She turned to the Admiral. Tell them, Joe. Tell them who I really am. The Admiral looked very uncomfortable. He looked at the other humans who all seemed just as worried. Finally, Dr. Green spoke. Lily is ... special. Her official job title doesn't reflect her real work. Which is? Asked ZK-Tar, now very interested. I connect things, said Lily simply. All the important systems on Earth, defense, communication, transportation, energy. They all connect through networks I built. She's being modest, said Colonel Foster. Lily created the security systems that protect all major countries. Her programs run everything from power grids to military defenses, Lily shrugged. I don't give orders. I don't make laws. I'm not a president or a queen. But when something big and bad happens, when decisions need to be made fast to protect everyone, she raised her hand again and smiled. That's when they call me. Scar's 6 eyes blinked rapidly as he tried to understand. You rule from the shadows? Through your machines? I don't rule at all, said Lily. I protect. There's a difference. Then why are you here for this meeting? Asked Vreen still. Suspicious, Lily's smile grew wider. Because I knew you were coming before anyone else did. I saw your ship 3 months ago when it entered our solar system. And I wanted to meet the aliens who think someone has to rule the world to make it work. The alien room was very quiet after Lily's words. The blue-skinned ZK-Tar and his helper Vreen looked at each other with all 6 of their eyes blinking fast. This is not possible, said Vreen at last. His voice was angry. Our studies of Earth show many countries, many leaders. No single human controls your planet. Admiral Wright looked very uncomfortable. He turned to Lily. Miss Bennet, perhaps we should talk about this in private first. There's no time for that, Joe, said Lily. She seemed different now, more sure of herself, more in charge. They need to understand how Earth really works if we're going to be friends. She turned back to the aliens. Your studies aren't wrong. We do have many countries and leaders. But real power isn't always what you see on the surface. ZK-Tar leaned forward, all 6 eyes fixed on Lily. Tell us more. I'm what we call a nexus, said Lily. My job title is Network Systems Specialist for the Global Communications Initiative, but that's just a cover. What I really do is connect and protect all the important systems on Earth. Dr. Green nodded slowly. Lily created the safety codes that keep all big government messages secret. She also made the smart computer systems that help share food, water, and other things all over the world. And the defense systems, added Colonel Foster. She didn't look happy to share this information. Our space satellites, our shields against attacks, they all run on Lily's computer programs. Lily shrugged. I don't rule Earth the way you might think. We humans don't like being told what to do, but I can stop or start almost any big system on the planet if I need to. ZK-Tar made a low humming sound, a hidden ruler. Very interesting. In our world, leaders show their power clearly for all to see. Humans are different, said Lily. Long ago, we lived in small groups where different people would lead at different times. Someone good at hunting would lead the hunt. Someone good at healing would lead when people were sick. We never really changed that, even as we made better tools in bigger cities. Mr. Wilson spoke up. It's true. Even our biggest countries change. Leaders every few years. Vreen still looked doubtful. If you have this power, why hide it? Why not tell everyone? Lily smiled a little. Would you want everyone to know if you could control everything? People get scared of too much power. They fight against it. This way is better. Quieter. How many people know about you? Asked ZK-Tar. The top leaders of the biggest countries, said Lily. Some military people, a few scientists, not many others. Admiral Wright looked at his watch. We should move on to the trade talks. That's why we're here. Not yet, said ZK-Tar. I have more questions for this ... nexus. The next few hours were full of questions. The aliens wanted to know how Lily got her power, how she used it, and why Earth let her have it. Lily answered with simple words but smart ideas. I didn't ask. For this job, she told them, I was just good with computers. Very good. When I was only 16, I found a way into some very secret systems. Instead of putting me in jail, they gave me a job making those systems safer. And that led to this? Asked Vreen, still not fully believing. Over time, yes, said Lily. I kept making things better, stronger, smarter. I connected systems that weren't connected before. Soon I was the only one who understood how it all worked together. Couldn't they just remove you? Asked ZK-Tar. Lily laughed. They tried once, 7 years ago. It didn't go well. What happened? Vreen wanted to know. Colonel Foster answered for her. Every defense system in the country shut down for 6 minutes. Just long enough to make the point. Lily nodded. I didn't hurt anyone. I just showed them what would happen if I wasn't there. To keep things running. The aliens talked in their own language for a minute. The translator didn't change their words, so the humans couldn't understand. Finally, ZK-Tar turned back to Lily. We have a test for new friends of the Galactic Confederation. A way to see if they are honest and good? Will you take this test? What kind of test? Asked Admiral Wright quickly. It is simple, said ZK-Tar. We will show Lily information about our worlds, our ships, our ways. If she uses this information to hurt us, we will know Earth cannot be trusted. Lily thought for a moment. That seems fair. But it goes both ways. You get to learn about me and I get to learn about you. Agreed, said ZK-Tar. We will start. Tomorrow. The meeting ended soon after. As the humans were leaving the alien ship, Admiral Wright pulled Lily aside. What are you doing? He whispered. This wasn't the plan. Plans change, said Lily. You brought me here because you knew they would find out about me sooner or later. Better to be honest from the start? But now they know how much power you have. They might see you as a threat. Lily looked back at the alien ship. Or they might see me as someone they can work with. Someone who understands power. She touched her small computer tablet in her pocket. Besides, I've been in their systems. Since we stepped on board? You what? The Admiral looked shocked. Relax, Joe. I haven't taken anything. I'm just looking. She smiled at him. Trust me. This is what I do. The next morning, Lily went back to the alien ship alone. Star met her at the door. The others are not coming? He asked. They'll join. US later, said Lily. But first, I thought you and I should talk, leader to leader. ZK-Tar made a sound that might have been a laugh. So you admit you are Earth's leader? I admit I'm Earth's protector, said Lily. And I need to know if you're... People are a danger to mine. And how will you decide that? Asked ZK single quotes to AAR. Lily smiled and held up her tablet computer. On the screen was a map of the alien ship, showing every room, every system. I'll know, she said simply. For the first time, ZK-Tar looked truly surprised. How did you get this? The same way I protect Earth, said Lily. I pay attention. I learn, I connect things. Instead of being angry, ZK-Tar made that laughing sound again. I think our test has already begun, he said. And I think this will be a very interesting friendship between our worlds. 3 days passed with meetings between the humans and the aliens. Lily spent most of her time with ZK-Tar learning about the Galactic Confederation. The other humans talked with other aliens about trade, science, and sharing knowledge. On the morning of the 4th day, Lily sat in a room with ZK-Tar. He showed her pictures of different alien worlds on a big screen. There are 26 kinds of thinking beings in our group, said ZK-Tar. Some look a bit like humans, others are very different. This one lives in gas clouds. He pointed to a strange, floating shape, Lily looked at all the pictures with great interest. And you all get along? Mostly, said ZK-Tar. We have rules. We help each other. Sometimes we argue, but we try not to fight. Like a big family, said Lily with a smile. Yes, that is a good way to think of it. Just then, a door slid open. Vreen rushed in. He looked upset. All 6 of his eyes were wide, and his blue skin had turned almost white. Emergency, he said, in his own language. The translator changed it to English a second later. ZK-Tar stood up quickly. What is wrong? Ships are coming, said Vreen. 3 big ships. Korvax ships. Scar's skin also turned pale. How long until they get here? 3 hours, maybe less. Lily stood up too. What are Korvax? Who are they? ZK-Tar turned to her. Bad ones? They take what they want? They hurt others? They are not part of our confederation. They attack worlds, added Vreen. They demand things. If they don't get what they want, they break things. Kill people. And they're coming here, to Earth? Asked Lily. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were serious. Yes, said ZK-Tar. They must have seen our ship and followed us. I am very sorry. We have brought danger to your world, Lily thought for a moment. Can your ship fight them? ZK-Tar shook his head. Our ship is for peace, not war. The Korvax ships are much stronger. And, your confederation? Can they help us? We have sent a message, said Vreen. But help would take days to get here. The Korvax will be here in hours. Lily nodded slowly. Then we'll have to help ourselves. She pulled out her tablet computer. I need to make some calls. She pressed some buttons on her tablet. A man's face appeared on the screen. He had dark skin and short black hair. He looked like he had just woken up. Lily? It's 4 a.m. What's going on? He asked. We have a problem, Kevin, said Lily. A big one. I need you to wake up the shield. Code word, rising sun. The man was suddenly wide awake. Are you sure? We've never actually turned it on before. The tests were good, but we don't have a choice, said Lily. 3 enemy ships will be here in less than 3 hours. Wake it up, run all checks, and call me back in 10 minutes. Got it, said Kevin. The screen went dark. ZK-Tar and Vreen watched her with confusion. What is this shield? Asked ZK-Tar. Something we built a few years ago, said Lily. Just in case we ever met unfriendly aliens? You expected bad aliens? Asked Vreen. Lily gave him a small smile. I told you before. I protect Earth. That means planning for all possible dangers. But how can you fight 3 Korvax ships? Asked ZK-Tar. They have weapons that can destroy whole cities from space. We'll see, said Lily. Her tablet beeped again. Kevin's face came back on the screen. Shield is waking up, he said. Oh. Satellites are responding. Power levels at 85% and climbing. We should be ready in about an hour. Good, said Lily. And the other thing, is she awake too? Kevin nodded. Just coming online now? She says hello, by the way. Tell her I said hello. Back, said Lily. And tell her to get ready for visitors. The screen went dark again. Lily put her tablet away and looked at the aliens. Now we wait, she said. Wait for what? Asked Vreen. What are you doing? Protecting my planet, said Lily. The same as I always do. The next 2 hours went by slowly. Lily called Admiral Wright and the other humans to tell them what was happening. They all came to the alien ship to watch and wait. What exactly is the shield? Asked Dr. Green. I've heard rumors, but ... It's a network of satellites, said Lily. 500 of them in orbit around Earth. Together they can make an energy field that covers the whole planet. 500 satellites? Said Colonel Foster. How did you build that many without anyone knowing? Who says no one knew? Replied Lily. The right people knew, the ones who needed to know. Admiral Wright shook his head. Even I didn't know about this. You didn't need to, said Lily simply. Just then, Vreen called out, They're here. Everyone looked at the big screen on the wall. 3 huge ships appeared near the moon. They were black and shaped like knives. They moved quickly toward Earth. They are sending a message, said ZK-Tar. I will put it on the screen. The face of another alien appeared. This one was red with 4 eyes and sharp teeth. It spoke, and the translator changed its words to English. People of Earth, I am Commander Drac of the Korvax Empire. Your planet is now ours. Turn off all weapons. Give us what we ask for. If you fight, we will destroy your cities one by one. Lily stepped forward. Put me through, she said to ZK-Tar. Let me talk to him. ZK-Tar pressed some buttons. He can see and hear you now. Lily looked at the screen. Her face was calm but strong. Commander Drac, I am Lily Bennett of Earth. We don't want to fight. But we won't give you our world, the red alien laughed. It was an ugly sound. You have no choice, small human. Our scans show you have no space weapons. No ships. You are helpless. Are we? Asked Lily. She looked at her tablet. It showed a message from Kevin. Shield ready. Lily smiled at the alien commander. Look again, she said. She pressed a button on her tablet. Up in space, 500 satellites that had been hiding among the thousands of other objects orbiting Earth suddenly lit up. They sent out beams of blue light that connected with each other, making a net around the planet. On the screen, Commander Drac looked surprised. What is this trick? He growled. Not a trick, said Lily. Just a shield. Try your weapons if you want. They won't get through. The alien commander was angry now. We will see about that, he shouted. The screen went dark. A minute later, flashes of light came from the alien ships. They were firing their weapons at Earth. But the blue shield caught every blast. The energy of the weapons spread out across the shield and faded away. Everyone in the room watched in silence. The Korvax ships fired again and again. Nothing got through. Impossible, whispered Vreen. Lily turned to look at the blue alien and smiled. Not impossible, she said. Just good planning. The Korvax ships kept firing at Earth. The blue shield caught every blast. After 20 minutes, the shooting stopped. The screen on the wall of the alien ship turned on again. Commander Drac's red face looked even angrier than before. This shield cannot last forever, he growled. We will wait. When it falls, we will destroy your biggest cities first. Lily stepped forward again. Her face showed no fear. You're right that nothing lasts forever. But our shield can stay up for months. Can your ships wait that long? The red alien commander showed his sharp teeth. We have waited years to take over worlds before. We are patient. That's fine, said Lily. She smiled a little. While you wait, I'd like to show you something else we can do. She looked down at her tablet and pressed more buttons. Then she spoke, not to the alien on the screen, but to someone else. Amy, are you ready? She asked. A soft woman's voice came from the tablet. Yes, Lily, I am connected to their ships now. The alien commander's 4 eyes got very wide. What is this? Who is talking? This is Amy, said Lily. She's not a person. She's a very smart computer program I made. She lives in our satellites. And right now, she's inside your ship's computers too. Impossible, shouted Commander Drac. Our systems are protected. Number 1 can get in, is that so? Asked Lily. She looked at her tablet again. Amy, show him. Suddenly, the lights on the Korvax ships turned off and on, off and on. The ships themselves moved backward a little, then forward like they were dancing in space. Stop this, screamed the commander. How are you doing this? When you scanned our planet, you opened a small door into your systems, explained Lily. Amy found that door and went through it. She's been learning about your ships from the inside. Everyone in the room watched with amazement. The humans looked proud. The Meribian aliens looked shocked. She has found many interesting things in your computers, continued Lily, like the plans of all the worlds you've attacked, the people you've hurt, the things you've stolen. Lily's voice got harder. You've been very busy, Commander. 12 planets in the last 50 years. Millions of people made into slaves. That's not very nice. Commander Drac was shaking with anger. What we do is not your business, human. It is now, said Lily. Amy, send copies of all the Korvax attack files to every world in the Galactic Confederation. Show them what these bullies have been doing. Sending now, said Amy's voice. No, shouted the commander. Those are secret. Not anymore, said Lily. She looked at ZK-Tar. Your people will get this information too. Maybe together you can help the worlds the Korvax have hurt. ZK-Tar nodded, his 6 eyes blinking with surprise. Yes, yes, we will. Lily turned back to the screen. Now, Commander, here's what's going to happen. You have 10 minutes to leave our solar system. If you don't go, Amy will shut down your ships completely. You'll be stuck here. Then we'll come get you in our little Earth ships. They're not as fancy as yours, but they work just fine. You would not dare, said the commander. Try me, said Lily. Her green eyes were cold and hard now. 10 minutes, starting now. The screen went dark. Lily looked at her watch. Admiral Wright came closer to her. Can your Amy really shut down their ships? He asked in a low voice. Yes, said Lily. She's already controlling their main systems. But I'd rather they just leave. What if they don't? Asked Colonel Foster. Then we'll have 3 new alien ships to study, said Lily with a small smile. That could be useful. They all watched the screen that showed the 3 Korvax ships in space. For 8 minutes, nothing happened. The ships just sat there. Maybe they're calling your bluff, said Mr. Wilson. It's not a bluff, said Lily. She looked at her tablet. 2 minutes left, Amy. Start shutting down their engines slowly. Let them feel what's coming. Yes, Lily, said Amy's voice on the screen. They could see the lights on the Korvax ships starting to flicker. 1 minute, said Lily suddenly. The ships began to move. They turned around and started to go away from Earth, moving faster and faster. They're leaving, said Dr. Green. They're really leaving. Everyone started to cheer. The humans hugged each other. Even the Meribian aliens made happy sounds. Lily just watched the screen, making sure the ships kept going. When they were past the orbit of Mars, she finally smiled. Keep tracking them until they're out of our solar system, she said. I will, Lily, said Amy. ZK-Tar came to stand next to Lily. That was ... impressive, he said. You beat them without firing a single shot. The best fights are the ones you win without fighting, said Lily. But how did you know to build such defenses? Asked Vreen, who still seemed shocked by what had happened. You didn't know aliens existed until we came. I didn't know for sure, said Lily. But I thought it was possible, and possible threats get planned for. What is this Amy? Asked ZK-Tar. Is she like our ship computers? Much more than that, said Lily. Amy is a true thinking machine. She learns, grows, makes her own choices. She's been my partner in protecting Earth for 5 years now. And she lives in your satellites? She lives in the whole network, said Lily. The satellites, the ground stations, the undersea cables. She's everywhere and nowhere. Admiral Wright put his hand on Lily's shoulder. I think it's time we told our new friends the whole truth, don't you? Lily thought for a moment, then nodded. Yes, I think they've earned that much. She turned to ZK-Tar and Vreen. Would you like to see what really protects Earth? The control center where Amy and I work? The aliens looked at each other, then back at Lily. Yes, said ZK-Tar. We would be honored. Good, said Lily. We'll go tomorrow. It's a special place. Very few people have seen it. Where is it? Asked Rian. Lily smiled. Deep under the Rocky Mountains. We call it the Nest. It's where all of Earth's systems come together, where I can see everything that happens on our world. And now, beyond our world too. As the aliens left to prepare for the next day's trip, Admiral Wright stayed behind with Lily. Are you sure about this? He asked. Showing them the nest? Lily nodded. I'm sure. They need to understand us if we're going to be friends. Real friends, not just trading partners? And you trust them? Lily looked at the screen where the last of the Korvax ships was disappearing into the darkness of space. I do, she said. Besides, after today, I think they're a little afraid of us. And that's not a bad thing when making new friends. The next morning, 2 small black planes took off from a hidden airfield near New York. Lily, Scar, and Vreen were in one plane. Admiral Wright, Colonel Foster, and Dr. Green were in the other. The planes flew west, over cities and farms, and then over high mountains. Those are the Rocky Mountains, explained Lily, pointing out the window. Our destination is inside them. After 3 hours of flying, the planes landed on a short runway cut into the side of a mountain. Large metal doors opened in the rock face. The planes taxied inside, and the doors closed behind them. Everyone got out of the planes. They were in a big cave that had been made into a hangar. Men and women in gray uniforms greeted them. "Welcome to the nest," said a tall man with gray hair. "I'm Alan, the day manager." "Lily, it's good to see you in person." "Good to see you too," said Lily. She turned to the aliens. "Zkatar, this is where Earth's protection really happens." Alan led them to an elevator. It went down for a long time. When the doors opened, they were in a hallway with smooth white walls. They walked for a few minutes until they reached another set of doors. "Ready?" asked Lily. The aliens nodded. Lily pressed her hand against a panel by the door. A light scanned her hand. Identity confirmed. "Welcome back, Lily," said Amy's voice. The doors slid open, and they all walked into a huge room. It was round, with walls that were actually giant screens showing maps of Earth, space, and lots of numbers and words that kept changing. In the center of the room was a round table with more screens built into it. About 20 people sat at computers around the edges of the room. "This is the main control room," said Lily. "From here, we can see everything that happens on Earth and in space around it." Zkatar's 6 eyes moved around, trying to take it all in. "How long has this been here?" he asked. 15 years, said Lily. "We built it after the last big war scare. A place where we could connect all of Earth's systems and protect them together." "And no one knows about it?" asked Vreen. "Only a few. 100 people in the whole world," said Admiral Wright. "It's our biggest secret." Lily walked to the center table and put her hand on it. The surface lit up with more screens and controls. "Amy, say hello to our visitors," said Lily. A soft blue light appeared over the table. It formed the shape of a young woman's face. "Hello, Zkatar and Vreen of the Meribian species," said Amy. "Welcome to the nest." The alien stepped back in. "Surprise. This is Amy," said Lily. "Or at least this is how she shows herself to us. She doesn't really look like anything. She's just ... everywhere. A thinking machine that looks like a human," said Zkatar with wonder in his voice. "It helps us talk to her," explained Dr. Green. "Humans like to see a face when they talk." "Amy and I work together to keep Earth safe," said Lily. "She watches all the systems all the time." "I make the big decisions when needed." "And your leaders allow this?" asked Vreen. "Two individuals with so much power." "They don't really have a choice," said Colonel Foster. "The world is too connected now. Someone has to watch over it all." Lily touched some controls on the table. The big screens on the walls changed to show different views of Earth from space. "When the internet first started, no one planned for it to connect everything," said Lily. "It just happened. Power plants, water systems, traffic lights, hospitals, banks, they all got connected. It made things work better, but it also made them more breakable." "So you protect it all," said Zkatar. "We try," said Lily. "Sometimes from hackers or criminals. Sometimes from countries fighting each other. And now, it seems, sometimes from aliens." She smiled at the aliens to show she was partly joking. "What will you do now?" asked Vreen. "Now that you know there are others out there? Good ones like us, but also bad ones like the Korvax?" Lily looked at Admiral Wright, who nodded. "We'll adapt," she said. "We always do. We'll learn from you, share what we can, trade what makes sense, but we'll also be careful. Earth is our home. We'll keep protecting it." "Your confederation is welcome here," added Admiral Wright. "But on our terms." Scar made a gesture with his hands that looked like a bow. "That is fair, very fair." One of the workers at a computer called out, "Lily!" "We're getting a signal from the edge of the solar system. More ships." Everyone tensed. "Up." Lily quickly moved to look at the screen. "Amy, analysis?" she asked. The blue face appeared again. 5 ships. Confederation design, not Korvax. They appear to be responding to the distress call that the Meribians sent yesterday. Lily looked at Zkatar. "Your backup finally arrived. A day late." Sktar made a sound that might have been a laugh. They will be very surprised to find that Earth handled the problem without them. Should we raise the shield again? Asked Alan. Lily thought for a moment, then shook her head. No, let's welcome them properly. Amy, send a message to the Confederation. Ships, tell them Earth says hello and that their friends are safe here. Message sent, said Amy after a moment. Lily turned back to ZK-Tar and Vreen. Now, let's talk about the future. I think Earth should join your Confederation, but we need to understand each other better first. Over the next few hours, they talked about how Earth could join the Galactic Confederation. The aliens explained the rules and benefits. The humans asked questions and suggested changes. Through it all, Lily made sure Earth's interests were protected. As the day ended, ZK-Tar asked to speak with Lily alone. They walked to a small room off the main control center. I must confess something, said ZK-Tar. When we first came to Earth, we did not think your world was ready to join us. You seemed too divided, too chaotic. And now? Asked Lily. Now, I see that your chaos hides strength, said ZK-Tar. You don't need one ruler because you have found a better way. Many leaders for many things, but working together when it truly matters. That's a good way to put it, said Lily. We argue a lot, but we come together when we need to. The Confederation could learn from this, said ZK-Tar. In fact, I have asked my leaders to let me stay on Earth as our permanent ambassador, to learn more about your ways, Lily smiled. We'd like that. There's a lot we can teach each other. They walked back to the main room where the others were waiting. On the big screen, they could see the 5 Confederation ships entering Earth orbit. A new chapter begins, said Admiral Wright. Yes, agreed Lily. But Earth will still be Earth, just with new friends. Later that night, after the aliens had gone back to their ship, Lily sat alone in the control room. Amy's blue face appeared above the table. Do you think we did the right thing, showing them the nest? Asked Amy. I do, said Lily. Trust has to start somewhere. The Confederation ships are settling into orbit, said Amy. They're sending messages to ZK-Tar's ship. They seem very interested in how Earth defended itself, Lily smiled. I bet. They are. Shall I keep watching them? Asked Amy. Yes, said Lily. Always. That's what we do, isn't it? We watch, we learn. We protect. As Lily looked at the screens showing Earth from space, she thought about how much had changed in just a few days. The universe had suddenly become much bigger, with new friends and new dangers. But her job remained the same. She wasn't a ruler. She never wanted to be. But when aliens asked who ruled Earth, she would always be ready to raise her hand.